All right. Welcome to FSOD Coach's Corner. We've got Lance Deane from Central Dauphin East with us. Obviously, my buddy Darryl Daniel, my partner in crime here on FSOD. Coach, hey, listen, thanks for taking some time out tonight to talk to Darryl and I.
Thank you guys for having me.
Well, good. Hey, listen, it's been kind of a magical first year so far here at CD. You've only got one loss. You had a tough loss there to Manheim Township there to start the season. But what has it been like, this season in, this big winning streak to start out really, your head coaching career here at CD East?
You'll hear me say it a lot, and at this point, it's probably super repetitive just amongst our program. Our big saying is win the day. So we're just trying to stay within the moment, be where our feet are, and just find ways to get better every day. And we're just taking it one day at a time.
So again, like we'll get into it a little bit here, but obviously we've known each other over the years. With you when you were at McDevitt and just doing camps and things like that. With this being your first job, what was the biggest adjustment you feel like you had to make coming in to set the tone for what you wanted?
Well, the biggest change is, as far as just putting on a different hat for me, was the general overall responsibilities. Having my hand in every cookie jar and just being able to run the entire program. I think one of the things that is helping me with that, I think my personality, my values, and my beliefs sets its own tone for our program. And I think I did a solid job, surrounding myself with a staff with similar, expectations and values. So it may come off from with a different approach or a different method, but we're all coming off with the same end goal and same morals and values to share with our kids and expectations.
Right. And I think that's the biggest thing, knowing, a lot of guys on your staff. How big has that been? Because again, from you coming from the training aspect with the amount of detail you've done and having an O-line coach, offensive coordinator, D-line coach, guys that have played the game, how big has that been as getting you guys prepared? Because again, you had the loss at the beginning of the season, and it seemed like your whole team took a whole turn to something different. Like, how big has that been as far as getting those guys ready to play every week?
All right, it's good. I think we're doing a good job, and I say doing because we're still working on it.
Right.
We're trying to build that family atmosphere, and that comes from, our coaches, the players, our players, the coaches, and getting them to trust us and us trust them as well. I think it's the relationship building. I teach as well, and I'm big on, from being in the classroom to being on the football field. You're at the end of the day, you're a teacher. It doesn't matter the X's and O's that just as well as in the classroom. It doesn't matter the content and curriculum, it's how well you can get that student, how well you can get that player to understand that and get them to actually, apply what you're trying to teach. So just the importance of building relationships and holding these young men to a standard and expectation is our ultimate goal.
Right. Accountability is the biggest thing. Bruce, what do you got?
What was obviously, this is a brand new experience for you.
Right.
What were some of the things that you expected that have come to fruition? And what are some of the things that you didn't expect that have really kind of come to fruition?
From a team aspect, I often get asked, am I surprised with the success that we have? With me, first, and I got this from my mentor, who's also on our staff, Coach Chris Collar, and we say this to the team a lot. Success is a journey, and we're still heading there in that sense. However, with us winning, obviously we would like to be sitting 6-0. Obviously, we know that's not the case. We're 5-1, but we respect every opponent, and we prepare for every opponent. However, at the same time, we go into every game expecting to win. And I think that should be how every high school program, college program, anybody that's playing a game, even if it's T-ball, you should be going into anything expecting to win. I think that's why we all play the game, and that's no disrespect to opponent at all. So there was no surprise in that sense. Like I said, I think the most surprising aspect of it just came from, it's one of those things, regardless how much, regardless of me having mentors or not, regardless of what I hear, it's something that you can't really explain until you go through it yourself. So, you know, the abilities of, you know, having to run a program at all times, and everything that I do and everything that they do is a 365-day preparation.
So obviously, from being a performance trainer to going through just dealing with a couple kids at a time to now dealing with a whole team, dealing with academics, how has that been? Again, you know what I mean? Because again, it's more than just football now. Like you said, the academics, the home life, being at practice. Okay, so like, what has really helped you really stay organized with that part? Because, you know, being at Coatesville before with me and Penn Man, all these different schools, Wilson helping coach there, what has helped you as far as handling that?
I think, you know, one of them I would say is my staff. The better your staff is, the less that you have to do. And I don't try to do everything. That's so part of me having the staff. I say it all the time. If I have you here, my expectations is that I here for a reason. I'm not going to bring in a receiver coach and then I coach the receivers up. And now I put my hand in every cookie jar in that sense. But that's the reason I have you here. I think highly of you if I have you on my staff as both a coach and a human. So, you know, I trust my staff around me. We have that type of relationship in a sense. And I will also say my family. They keep me grounded. They keep me humble. Those are the same. I say it all the time. Everybody has people, you know, that come and go. Then you have those that are going to consistently give you that same love, that same genuineness. And I think that's what I get from my family. The same love I got after the Manheim Township loss is the same love I got from them after my first high school victory. So just that and the young men within this program, they're special. They're truly they're young men that make my job worthwhile. And I think they mean just as much to me, if not more, that I mean to those guys.
Right. So obviously now this week you can finally start talking about it because again, as we know, being in Harrisburg, you know, this is the game that leads up to. So every week you have to keep talking out 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Right.
Now it's here. So you being a Harrisburg guy, what is that energy been like so far this week? I know it's only a short week, it's only Tuesday. How has that energy been? Because I mean, y'all crossing each other down the street, like you see everybody. It's not like they're way across town. Like, how has that energy been all week?
It's good. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I think at the end of the day, I think it's bringing good energy to the city. Which is very much needed for a lot of different reasons. I think people are excited. People on both sides. People that don't even have a dog in the fight. I think it's just bringing a great buzz to the city, and it's a good opportunity for the kids. It's a good environment, positive atmosphere. So I think overall, it's just been a general sense of excitement. I think if I could put it in one word.
Right. Yeah, sounds good. Bruce, what you got?
How does that feel? You know, about this newfound excitement in the school. You know, I mean, you know, a brand new program and wow, right out of the box, man, a really hot start. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, first and foremost, in the sense of the school community has been great. You know, the support of, you know, teachers, the support of the general school base, admin and our principals, athletic director. It's just a good buzz, and it's just a positive energy among the school. You know, the support is second to none right now, and you know, I think we're at a point right now within our school community where everybody's just feeding off of it, and creates that general happiness and buzz. You know, everybody loves football, so I say. So, you know, winning comes with a lot of happiness, I would say. So, you know, just the general support, you know, from teachers to students to admin to athletic director, everybody's just feeding off of each other in a positive way, and just excited for what's to come.
Why do you think football does that as a sport? I mean, there's a million sports, and both of you. I mean, it's a question to both of you. But why does football, more than any other sport, bring this whole sense of community and togetherness?
Right. I mean, to me personally, like obviously, it's a person by person case where, you know, you may have a person who loves football, person that loves baseball, and this is no disrespect to others, but I just think it's the combined this is the things that comes with needing to play football. And like I said, this is not to compare to any other sports because we'll be here all day if we wanted to compare. But you're looking at a team full of guys from all over the place. We're not talking about 12 guys. We're not talking about 9 guys. We're talking about a team of, anywhere from probably 40 to 70. The great that comes along with it, the hard work. And like I said, every sport is in its own way, but, just the preparation that takes, year round. I think, I think it speaks a lot of life values to kids, now more than ever. It's something that's easy to quit and harder to do. But being able to stick with a sport that's so physical yet mentally draining at times for both coaches, players, parents, all that's involved, and being able to stick with that, I think it speaks value to these young men as they get older and the life lessons they can learn through the game.
Right, 100%. It's emotionally, mentally, and physically taxing. Like you said, like we used to always talk about, we used to wear shirts at Syracuse, and again, you being a college football player too, we used to wear these shirts that said, football is life, everything else is just details. And people hated that shirt. But if you think about it, that's what it is. In football, What do we learn? We learn structure, we learn discipline. That's why you as a coach, that's why you being able to get that job is a no-brainer to everybody out in Harrisburg, because you're structured, you're disciplined. You could look at the training you've done. You can look at where your athletes have been. So the structure, the discipline, the organization, that's what football teaches you. Because that's why I said we always talk about you become a man after you play football, because it's not for everybody. Like you just said, it's not for everybody. This is not easy. Right. So, and when I'm training guys, I tell people, this is not easy. This is not for everybody. So I tell them, you can't fake it to me, because the game will expose you. So that's what's humongous about football. Again, like you said, I'm not disrespecting baseball, field hockey, lacrosse, basketball, but football, all those things that those other sports encompass, football has all of those roll up in one thing. So that's what I think makes it a little bit more tough for other people, because again, not only you can be the best athlete, you get hit one time, it changes everything. Yeah. That sound in the past changes everything. So I think that's what football brings, and that's why sometimes young men, if they aren't successful or they don't play after college, but because they play high school football and they had a program like the program you're building over there, and they've been through people and good leaders, that's why they're successful when they go into life, because they learned that structure.
Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely.
Talk about the rivalry that, some of the rivalries that you personally kind of look forward to, in this whole situation now of being a head coach in, the mid-pen.
But don't talk about those rivalries, because I know, don't talk about those rivalries. Just talk about the football rivalries. Because outside it's way more. People don't understand. In Harrisburg, it's a different type of deal you got to deal with out there than different than anyone else. So
it's just one of those things, and maybe I'm just being biased. And this is truly how I feel. I had this conversation with one of my coaches here, and we kind of had it amongst our team as well. There's some good football in Pennsylvania. Is one of the, as you guys already know, is one of the, when we're talking state by state, Pennsylvania is up there, top 5, I would probably say, as far as football. And
it sure is now. Within
this state, the Mid-Penn Commonwealth is up there. I think it has to be. And like I said, maybe I'm being biased, top 5 as far as competitive conferences. The Mid-Penn Commonwealth, there is no week off. And I think that's one of the humbling yet, challenging things about our Commonwealth is that, week in, week out, you go from State College to Harrisburg to Central Dauphin, Chambersburg, Carlisle, all guys that, all teams that are well coached, playing well. So, every week is championship week for us. As cliche as that may sound, the approach that we have, knowing that it could be any given Friday night, any given Saturday. So, I think that's where we're at with it. Just that overall sense of energy for obviously everybody we play, but the community as a whole is something that I look forward to week in and week out.
Yeah, the traditions of it for me anyway, and obviously I'm a Berks County guy or whatever like that, and I've obviously been covering District 3 football, but I just marvel at the fact of there's so many football traditions in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. When you talk about Cumberland Valley and Central Dauphin and really State College. And now, and then you've got that long hike out to Altoona, which presents its own set
Yeah.
of, issues as well. It really does prepare you for, the greater expectation, which is, the PIAA tournament. I think more
Right.
that in that conference than just about any conference that I know of. That's for sure.
Right.
What do you think?
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree. Like I said, it's week in and week out. So you can't afford there is no week off mentally or physically. And I think, like you said, that gives great advantage to all that has the opportunity to go on and make it to the playoffs. Just being able to deal with that adversity week in and week out, having to figure out a way to win a 7-3 game, or being a game that goes 40-35, or in those type of games, those different environments that you're naturally putting yourself in week out. So when you come playoff time, it's not surprise me time. And as we all know, that's the last moment in which you want to feel that in.
You've had some very tough games. You've had some games that have been a little bit more comfortable than others, but overall, it's been a successful year so far. And, all I can say is Darryl and I have been, watching you. It was one of the things that I talked about early season, is I felt that there were going to be some teams rise up, and obviously kind of challenge some of the teams that have been at the top of the while. And, specifically your team is one of those. So, we wish you all the luck in the world. You've got obviously a few more games to go, but clearly you're on your way to making the postseason in your first year as head coach. That's an incredible accomplishment for both you, your team, and the community, as you, talked about. So, Lance, best of luck. It's an incredible experience to meet you. I'm hoping to be on the sidelines Saturday, to watch the game and, introduce myself or whatever like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate you guys having me. Nice to officially meet you guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yep.
Well,
Good luck this Saturday, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much. All right. We appreciate you spending some time, and we'll talk at you later. See you later, Darryl.
See ya.
See you later.
I
Bye-bye.
see you.